Baby, it is COLD cold outside, and with the frigid temperatures outside, it's important for you to be able to keep your warm air inside, don't you think? Well, you're going to find out ways you can keep your heat and your money.
And don't forget your vehicles. If you find it hard to move in the cold, imagine what it's like for your car. Coming up, a cold weather vehicle checklist.
Well, speaking of checklists, Angie Hicks from Angie's List has her do's and don'ts when it comes to getting your house in order for 2014.
2014 also has a lot of us looking to not only better our houses, but ourselves. We help you avoid Fail Friday and keep your New Year goals.
But one thing we could be failing on is keeping up on our yearly dental exams. Find out how you can avoid spending too much time in the dentist chair.
And we're in the kitchen making a delectable rockfish dish ahead of an event that will get you seeing the Southern Lights. The Delmarva Life starts right now. Good afternoon, I'm Lisa Bryant.
I'm Jimmy Hopple. Welcome to Delmarva Live from historic Studio D.
And I think you said it best. It's cold.
It's cold outside. Brian Keene said this morning, you wish it was 39.
Right?
Yeah, okay, that's the best line of the day so far.
Yeah, and of course we had the snow. Some people got more than others, and we asked for pictures of the snow in your area, and we got some. Anissa and Ibrahim, they're in the snow. I love this picture. She says that he was more worried about eating the snow than anything else. Well, why not?
Yeah. Teresa Brumbaugh posted a picture of her dogs Nobi and Lily enjoying the snow just after it started. This was up in Kent County, Delaware.
Yeah, and this picture was taken yesterday in St. Michael's at the Lion Distilling Company. You can see the snow coming down there.
You know you can count on Tammy Geiger Massey and Shadow. Shadow is ready to do some sledding now that the snow has finally stopped. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and it's fun. Our dogs, I know my dog enjoys the snow, getting out there and playing. But you got to be careful. Delmarva Unleashed posted this notice today, and I didn't know this. The maximum time your dog can be outside in these temperatures before their paws start experiencing hypothermia is only about 5 degrees. Take a look at that face. That's max.
That's cute.
Get your dogs out and back in quickly. Coats, you know, the coats you put on your dogs aren't for sissy dogs either. She says that, you know, even if you got a big dog, go ahead and put a coat on them. If you don't have a dog coat, put on one of your sweatshirts. So yeah, just keep them warm. And if your dog comes in with snow stuck to them, do not put their feet in warm water or hot water.
Right.
You want to make sure you just towel dry their little paws and get all that snow stuck in between the little pads and everything.
Be careful to get it,
yeah.
I didn't realize it was that quick.
Yeah, I didn't either.
That's a quick effect.
So how long can we expect this bitter cold? Well, you can find out right at your fingertips. Download the new WBOC 16 weather app on your Android or Apple digital device. The WBOC Storm Tracker weather team, you see them right there, puts weather casts on the app so you can know what type of weather to expect 24/7. I've been using it a lot.
A lot lately, yeah. You can also follow the WBOC weather team on Facebook.
Well, these below freezing temperatures have many of us running inside, grabbing the heavy blanket and moving a little slower, you have to admit.
Oh, yeah. Now, just try to imagine what it must be like for your vehicle. Now, there are some key things that we all need to take into account before hitting the road when it's cold.
Cold winter mornings can be the worst. Between the freezing temperatures and the frost that forms on our vehicle windows, it often can hold us up, making us late to work and school. But before you speed off to get where you're going, you may want to take it easy for your vehicle's sake.
When temperatures get really extreme, either hot or cold, we need to pay attention.
Brian Bishop works for Auto World Service and Accessories in Salisbury. He says this time of year, we need to pay close attention to the condition of our vehicles.
It's like if you treat anything roughly, it's going to damage it. And it's the same with the engine. If you want your car to last as long as it possibly can, then sometimes you just need to baby it, especially when it's really, really cold.
Speaking of which, Brian says when you get into your vehicle and it's cold outside, give your engine about 90 seconds to initially warm up.
When you take off, don't take off right away, even after you've let it run for a few minutes. Let it drive for a few minutes, actually moving before you actually start picking up your normal speeds and braking like you normally do, because you can cause internal damage. It's kind of like us. If we get up and we go running out in minus 10 degrees and we haven't stretched and we're going to hurt ourselves. And the same can happen with the car. It needs to warm up.
Brian adds your vehicle won't fully warm up for several minutes, but as long as you let it sit a little while and take it easy once you're on the road, you should be fine.
In a really, really cold day, you might not see your coolant level or that needle get up to the point it normally does for a good 15-20 minutes. But the actual internal temperature of the engine is going to be okay just after a few minutes of running.
Now let's talk about your batteries.
The colder it gets, the less efficient it becomes. That's why batteries are rated by their cold cranking amps. This is what it's going to put out when it's cold, not when it's hot. And they do lose their ability to charge and start as they get older. Batteries, though, nowadays, some of the more high-tech batteries, so to speak, you can get a good 5 years out of them before you need to replace them. You should always have them inspected. When you go in for your oil changes, always have them look at the battery, make sure there's no corrosion around the terminals, make sure that it looks good, all that good stuff.
Brian says there are ways to tell that it might be time for a new battery.
If it's a little slow and cranking, it's just engine is not moving as fast as it should, or even if you get that, you turn it once and you get nothing, then you go to start and then it starts cranking over, there's a problem. Either A, the alternator's not charging it, or B, the battery's not holding a charge and it needs to be replaced.
And here's something Brian says some people often don't think about: the gas tank.
Common sense is do not allow your fuel to get below half a tank. If you can help it, keep it half a tank or greater. And it's just because condensation and moisture can build up in the fuel lines, and if it gets really cold, you can actually have your fuel system freeze up.
Finally, Brian adds that we live in an area where the weather can go from one extreme to the next. Making sure your car is ready to handle whatever Mother Nature throws our way won't leave you stranded on the side of the road.
Here on the Eastern Shore, because of the absolute fluctuation of weather that we have, we really are in harsh conditions. We're not in normal conditions. So we need to change our oil probably more often than not than the two options that are in your owner's guide. It can be 90 plus in the summer. It can be -5 with wind chills in the wintertime. Those types of extremes, coupled with the dust and the other things that we have, like during the spring and the fall, we probably should make sure that we follow the more harsh conditions in our owner's guide. Just keep up on the maintenance.
Now, Auto World Service and Accessories says there are also some other things that you need to pay close attention to when temperatures drop like this. First, make sure you have wiper blades that are working properly. That way you've got good visibility if it rains or snows. Also, pay attention to your tire pressure. When it gets really cold, the air contracts inside your tires and they could deflate a little bit. Now, if that happens, obviously the tires need more air. Finally, look for any leaks. You'll notice puddles under your car. Different colors mean different things, and if it's not addressed, a leak can damage the engine or cause your vehicle just to simply break down.
All right, good advice.
Watch out for that.
Well, your vehicle isn't the only thing you have to worry about with these frigid temperatures. They can also really do a number on your house. We'll have some practical tips to make sure there's less of an impact on your home or your wallet.
And if you live in your house long enough, it seems like there is always something that needs to be fixed or replaced. And yeah, it can certainly get overwhelming. We're going to show you how and where to start when it comes to getting your house in order.
And maybe you need to focus on getting your life in order. You may have even set some goals earlier this month. Don't give up. How to make sure those goals become reality.
And a little later on, if your goal is to wow your family at the dinner table tonight, have we got a recipe for you: braised rockfish and farro salad. Delmarva Life will be right back.
Delmarva Life is brought to you by Sussex County Federal Credit Union, guiding you to your financial future. Peninsula Regional Medical Center, honored to serve the entire Delmarva Peninsula since 1897. Your local York and LG dealers, and State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.